Good afternoon. Today we'll be doing a family genogram of our family history. Um, do you know what a genogram is?
It's like a family tree or something like that.
Right, we're gonna go ahead and get some family history from, take a picture from past history to make sure that anything that's going on in the circle behavior-wise, like depression or anxiety or any mental illnesses, is not triggering you. So the first question I want to ask you is, tell me about your present family situation.
My present family situation would be me and my son.
Okay. How old is your son?
My son is 13, about to be 14, April 27th.
Okay, and how is you and your son relationship?
Me and my son's relationship right now, he's going through the little teenage years or whatever. So I think we'd be close, but I feel like he should be a little more open. But he says, I'm a fuss, so he don't say too much or nothing.
Is he the only child?
Yes, he is the only child that I have. But he has siblings from his dad.
Okay. Tell me about his dad.
His dad, well, the relationship with me and his dad, it was kind of crazy because we met like July of 2005 maybe. I think might have been 2000. No, it was 2005. And it's crazy because I met in July, I think, and I got pregnant in August. So yeah, that was crazy. So I really had a kid for someone that I didn't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is the relationship between your son and his dad?
They don't have one.
They don't have a relationship at all?
No.
Okay. What about the relationship between you and your mom and dad?
Well, my mother, I was my mom's only child, so my mother, I was the only child my mom had. So me and my mom was really close. She passed away in 2002. And my dad, the relationship between my mom and my dad, let me go back. So my mom and my dad, they were high school sweethearts.
Okay.
And I guess they got together and they had me. But on the flip side of that, he was a high school football player, and he had someone else pregnant at the same time my mom was pregnant.
Okay.
But they didn't know. They went to the same school, but they didn't know each other. So, my sister, I have a sister that's maybe 6 months younger than me.
Okay.
So I'm the oldest, and then it's her.
Okay.
And
So you and your sister have a relationship?
yes, we have a relationship. My dad always, and when we were kids, he would always come. Well, my dad lived in Natchez, Mississippi, and I lived in New Orleans. But I'm from Natchez. I was born there, but we moved to New Orleans.
Okay.
And my mom, I would always go and visit every summer since I've been, I don't know, a baby. I would go and I would visit Natchez and be with my dad, his mother and his father, and I would be with my mom's mother and father, my relatives out there. So my dad always, every time I would come in town, he would always be with my sister. So we would always get together. That's how me and my sister's relationship would always last or whatever. And I think up until I was about maybe 9, might have been younger than that, maybe 7 or 8.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, he got married, and when he got married, he moved to Texas. So that meant we didn't see him no more.
Mm-hmm.
But I always still, as I was growing up, I always went to Natchez, and I always spent time with his mother and his father. But once he got married and he started having his own kids with his wife, he kind of like, he didn't mess with me and my sister no more. So it's like he abandoned us or whatever, and he didn't talk to us no more. I'm not gonna say he didn't talk to us no more, but we didn't see him no more.
How did that make you feel?
Well, at the time, because I was the only child my mom had, and I had my mom,
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember that it made me feel no kind of way at that time.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Meaning like you numbed it out?
I guess I did. I mean, back then I was a kid, so, you know, it didn't matter to me as much,
Okay.
you know, as when I got older or whatever.
Okay.
So,
How was the relationship between you and your mom?
me and my mom, it's just me and my mom. And my mom was workaholic because she prided herself on nice things, and she worked a lot. She was a respiratory therapist, and she worked a lot. So we would spend time and we'll go do fun things, but she worked a whole lot. I can remember me telling my mom right before she passed away, that I preferred her to be
I'm gonna step out and grab some tissue. Here you go.
preferred her to be like a stay-home mom, you know, and spend more time with me or whatever. But it just wasn't that type, you know. But that's what I preferred her to. Not even a stay-home mom, just a mom who had a 9 to 5 and could come home and cook a meal and not work so much, you know. But that's all she knew. She knew to work and provide for me and her. I mean, on the flip side of that, I got everything I wanted. But when you think about it, once you get older, you know, those material things don't mean as much as, you know.
Right.
So,
Okay. All right.
but she was a great mother, and she disciplined me, and, you know, but she just worked a lot.
Right.
She had to, because she liked nice things and things like that. But I remember us having a talk maybe about 2 weeks before she died, and I told her that. And she got a little jiggy, like, well, I had to work, you know. And I was just like, yeah, I know, you know. So as when I had my son, I didn't want to be like working all the time. I mean, I have to provide, but at the same time, by him not having his father, it's like I didn't want to like not be there, you know. So I had to make some decisions and go back to school so I could like not dictate how I work, but I will not be working, you know, a lot, you know what I'm saying? So, not saying I won't work a lot, but I won't be working crazy hours. Yeah,
So, early in the conversation, you spoke that it was just Chase. Is he the only son, your only child, as you was your mom only child?
Yeah.
Okay, so who all live under the same roof? with you?
Just me.
Just you and Chase?
Just me and Chase.
Okay. Where do your other family members live? Your sister and...
Oh, my sister, one lives in Natchez, one lives in Houston, and I have two brothers too from my dad.
What are some recent events that happened between your family?
Recent events. I mean, other than my mom's brother dying and my aunt dying, that's like the most recent events that happened.
What exactly happened with that?
Well, my aunt, she died, which is my mom's brother's wife. She died from emphysema, and my uncle, he died from cancer. Yeah, but it was like she died in March and my uncle died in July, so it was like 90 days apart. I think he grieved her death or whatever. So that was the most recent in my family, event that happened.
What were you guys' reaction to that event?
That was a great loss. What is one thing to somebody dying in your family, but you have to take care of them while they die. So it's like you're watching them while they die and deteriorate, and not eating. I mean, that put me in a bad, sad place, But I was glad that I was there to help out. I could help out.
Let's talk about mental health. Anyone in your family that you spoke of during this session that suffer with any type of mental illness or
not that I know of. I mean,
alcoholism?
I know my mom, she used to take Zoloft. That was some antidepressant medicine. But my mom, she had a lot of illnesses too. Like she had cancer. She had a partial mastectomy, but she didn't die from that. She went the course and she was in remission, and she went back to work and all that stuff. And the following year, which was 2002, she passed away from appendix erupting.
What about that? Any alcoholism, drugs, anxiety, depression?
No, I don't really know if my dad suffers with any mental illnesses because I'm not around, and but my dad, he is more of like a healthy type person where he, like to do healthy and things like that.
And your sisters you spoke of that live in Natchez?
Yeah, my sister that lives in Natchez, she, I don't know, I think she suffers from depression because she also lost her mom.
Okay.
She lost her mom from breast cancer. She lost her mom maybe 20 years. My mom been gone 18 years, so her mom was gone 2 years before my mom.
Okay. Well, I guess we can close this out with saying anything like you may want to add before, or what you have learned so far with doing this, the genogram.
Well, I know a lot of things that I've learned by doing the genogram, and not even from the genogram, just knowing my family members, like with my dad abandoning me, my sister. I know that had some emotional issues for me, and I didn't notice it until I became older, that from the abandonment, it made me look at men different. I didn't want to be in no relationships because I thought they would leave, so I would like sabotage a relationship or just not deal with it at all. Or if I heard one little bad thing, I was gone. You know. But now, you know, I try now that when I enter a relationship, if I enter a relationship, I give a person the trust, you know, and I give them a chance because I'm tired of being alone, and I trust them until they give me a reason not to trust them. So yeah, as far as with I would like to have a better relationship with my siblings from my dad marriage. You know, when he married Carolyn, I would love to get a relationship with them. But I don't know, they're pretty scared.
What do you mean by scared?
I don't know, when my brother got married in 2014, 15, I think it was 15. And I went down there, and I know they never been in a situation because me and my sister only went down to visit them maybe one time, maybe once or twice. We went to visit, and we were young though. We were about 12 years old when we went to visit. And the only reason why we got down there was because my grandmother, we would always have family reunions. So that's how we get to see our siblings, like, you know. So we would have a family reunion in a different state every year. I think every once or twice a year. One every year or every 2 years we would have a family reunion, and we were young, so we didn't really get to like bond with them because they were even younger.
Right.
So I went to the wedding, and you know, my brother Nolan, he's just a people person, so he make you feel comfortable or whatever, you know. And he introduced me as his big sister. You know, I mean, all of them introduced me as their sister, their big sister, but it was like, it was an awkward situation because they didn't really know what to say. Everybody want to know who I am, and I just was like, I'm Shakita Jones. I'm Nolan's first daughter, you know. And I said, he have another one too, but she's just not here. So I let him know, and it was her, my sister, her mom, and she met some of her friends from, I guess it was from like kindergarten to high school. I guess they went to school or whatever. And they wanted to know who I was. Oh, you're so pretty. Your skin's so pretty. Who are you? You know. And they didn't know what to say. So the mother said, oh, this is Nolan's older daughter. This is my daughter, Chiquita. She didn't know how they, you know, they didn't know how to, you know, because I guess they never was, presented with that situation. Like, they didn't know how to introduce me or who I, you know, they didn't know how to put it or whatever. So that was strange for me. But I just adjust because that's who I am.
Right.
You know.
Can we retract back to the history of your grandparents, your mom parents?
My mom parents, from my mom parents. My grandfather, he's 96. And my mother is real mother, birth mother. She died when my mom was 3. So I never did get to meet her. But my grandfather, he's 96, and he walking and driving and doing all kinds of stuff. I know my mom went through some stuff with abuse when he married his new wife.
Was it physical or?
It was verbal. It was her kids beating up on my mom.
Okay.
Because my mom has 2 brothers from my mother's mother, my mom, birth mother. So she have two brothers, and she's the girl, only girl. So my older uncle, who just passed away in July, he was going to Vietnam.
Okay.
He left and went to Vietnam, and my mother was there, and my mom's little brother went to stay with my my mom's birth mother, daddy. So he went to stay with my mom's grandfather, and my mom was stuck there. So she showed me war wounds and stuff like that, and you know, that kind of gave us a bad taste in our mouth once we heard about how they did my mom and stuff like that. But I just kind of like, if my mom could forgive, I could forgive too. So I didn't hold a grudge or nothing like that. But she told me a lot of stories and stuff like that.
Were you and your great grandmother close? Well,
my step grandmother.
Your step grandmother close?
Yeah, we are right.
What about you and your grandfather? Were you guys how was your relationship?
Oh, that's my boy. I love him to death. That's my he cool. Yeah, he a master. He a whippersnapper, but he not mean or nothing like that. He's a very good person. They're very religious. You know, he stayed in church. I remember we used to be in church all day long. Back
What
in the days.
are his beliefs?
He's Baptist.
And what about yours?
I started off Baptist, but I'm just Christian. You know, non-denominational, that type of thing. I think it's the same thing, but you know.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, all right. I think that will wrap up our assessment on today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.